Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. I do thank you all for watching, and I thank all my subscribers. And it has been a few days now since I laid down this last sheet of fiberglass over here, and since that time I've just been slowly working on getting it sanded down, slicked down. Remember I talked about all the little fiberglass splinters that like to pop up, and so I need to get those knocked down, and I'm just running over it with some 220 grit. Also, I found a few areas where the resin had puddled up a little bit on me there. No problem, we'll get that taken care of. Had another place right here on the side where the resin actually ran down, created a few little puddles in this radius, and yeah, we'll get that taken care of. Okay, so good news, we are finally out of the dog days. It's like 89, 90 degrees out there right now, and actually have a little bit of rain in the forecast. So hopefully we are done with the 102, 103, 105 degree days, and that will then open the door for me to get out here and start getting more work done on this boat, because you know, I'm really anxious to get this done. So okay folks, that's all I have for you for right now. In the next segment you will see me fairing this out and moving this further along. Okay folks, I'm back, and before I resume fairing out the hull, and by the way, it's all sanded down now nice and smooth, so it's ready for the fairing compound. But before I do that, I need to finish the last little bit of glass work on these float pods, and I need to just double up another layer here and on the inboard sides, both pods, and also I need to do something with this bare wood right here, but I'm kind of thinking about just leaving this for when I flip the boat back over, and then draping a piece of fiberglass or two pieces of fiberglass down from the top. And really, the more I think about it, I think the better I like that idea. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's the game plan. So I will be back here momentarily when I get this wet out. We'll see you then. Okay, I know that might be a little hard to see right there, but that is done. I did put another little small layer up on top and down the inboard side on each one of these float pods, and I overlapped it right here at this corner, and so that'll give it plenty of strength. Not really concerned about that. That's just more just to add a little bit more structural integrity to the float pod. It'll just help make it a little bit more waterproof too. You know, 2 layers of fiberglass is better than one. I only had a single layer right here, but that's it. I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then this afternoon I'm going to get out here and I'm going to start getting after the fairing, and I'm going to wait until it cools down a little bit. I said the other day that the dog days are over. Still gets a little warm in the afternoons, but it's nothing like it was. All right folks, I will see you in the next segment. All right, so here in a moment I'm going to start laying the fairing compound in the radiuses and on the outside corners. And that was the mistake I was making. If you've ever painted one of the interior rooms in your house, bedroom, kitchen, whatever, you know that you always start by painting the corners, and then you work out from there. Do the corners first and then do the flat surfaces. That's the mistake I was making here. I was trying to do it all at one time, and it just wasn't coming out right. So here in a moment I'm going to get these radiuses and outside corners done. I'll be right back. Okay, here goes. I'll do my best to give you a good camera angle, but working the resin takes priority. Okay, I think you kind of get the general idea right there. I did mess up. I stuck my hand on that sheet right there. I've got to mix up some resin and get that laid back down before it fully cures. All right, that's all for now. Okay, so from here going forward, I'll just mix smaller batches, but that's what I was talking about right there. Put these little dark red racing stripes down the side of it there, and I was trying to fill up these radiuses. I am going to have to come back and do the same on the outside corners and do the same for the radiuses on all of the strakes. So time consuming and tedious. I don't know how else to describe that. So anyway, I will catch you in the next segment. Okay, so I did get that tack back down. It was still somewhat tacky. The cooler temperatures help. It keeps it from firing off really fast. So other than that, I've just been going back behind this, finding little places like this right here and just knocking them down with my finger, because it's just less sanding I'll have to do later. Alright folks, I'll be back. Okay folks, took a little bit of a break from this, and it's been probably about 5-6 days since I recorded those previous segments, but it's time to get after it again, so here we go. Okay, so I got the radiuses filled in on these strakes for the most part. I do have a couple of places where I'll have to come back and touch it up again. And what I've learned is when I end up with a gap like that, I sit there and just torture myself if I sit here and keep trying to fix it, keep trying to fill it in. It's better to just wait until this fires off and then come back later and fix it. And once you sand it out, it won't be noticeable. Got another little spot like that right there, and there's one on the inboard side also that I picked up on. But that's it. You kind of get the general idea here of what I'm doing. So I'm just going to kind of keep rocking on with that. So we will see you in the next segment. Okay folks, welcome back. And this has had several hours to cure now. I can touch it, but it's still a little bit soft. I came up here to the leading edge of this outboard strake right here, started doing a little bit of sanding, and it's kind of rolling up on the sandpaper a little bit. And so we'll just have to give that a little extra time to cure, just wait overnight, and not in a big rush. But it's taking an extraordinarily long time to produce this video, and that's because this is just a painstaking process right here. It's time consuming, and I can see now it's going to take several days to get the entire bottom of the hull coated and get it sanded down and smoothed out like I need to in order to have a nice smooth paint job in the end. So anyway, I'll just keep plugging away at that, and yeah, just follow along. All right, next.
Okay, well, it is taking shape. This is just a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. It's taking a lot longer. I'm going to record a few more segments of me filling in these radiuses, and then I'm going to wrap up that video. And then in the next video, what I will do is I will record the process of ferrying out the flat surfaces, because we're going to end up with an hour-long video if I don't do it that way. So a couple of more segments and then I'll wrap it up. Okay, we're back, and I just need to try to finish up the radiuses here down the side and all the way up to the bow of the boat. I'm not going to move the camera. I got the camera set like I want it, so here goes. Okay, little by little, we're getting there, getting those radiuses filled in, and then once we get all that done, we'll be ready to start ferrying out the flat surfaces. I've mentioned that already. You've heard me say that several times now. You'll probably hear me say it several more times, but I've got one little stretch over here, about 24 inches or so right in there, that I've got to fill in, and also have a little small area right here that I missed before that I've got to take care of. But that's it. We'll have most of the radiuses done. I'll have to come back and then cap off the corners there, and once that's done, like I said, well, let me back up just a little bit. Before I start ferrying out the flat surfaces there, it's going to take a lot of sanding, because there is going to be a lot of little places like this, and let me see if I can find one here. Yeah, we're kind of a little bit rough right there, so I'm going to smooth down all those little rough spots like that, and there are several of them on the boat that you don't see. Right over in here, got one little rough spot's going to be sanded down. But anyway, long story short, going to have a lot of sanding to do before I actually start doing the last of the fairing on these flat surfaces. So let me get this done right here, and then we will wrap this one up. I'll be right back in a moment. Okay, so that's a radius also that needs to be filled up, and you saw me working that with my hands. This is just like finger painting in kindergarten. That's the best way I know to describe it. but what I have found is that is the best way to work that resin and microballoon compound into those inner corners like that. So that's all I have for you for now, folks. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video now, like I said I would. And I do thank all of you for watching, and as always, God bless each and every one of you, and we will see you next time. In all things, to God be the glory.